Hi, and thanks for joining us. Hope your summer has gone well and your Irish research. Did you get a chance to get to any of the Irish festivals? Well, we have a listing of those that are going on for the month of September and for the rest of the year. And we're always looking for volunteers. So we're going to talk about what you can do to volunteer for maybe one of the podcasts or some of the other social media events that we've got going on through the IGSI. And we also have a lot of activities going on in the month of September. So let's get right to it. Our Irish Saturday for the month of September will be held on September 12th. So stop on by the Hoffman Research Library, which is located at the Minnesota Genealogy Center in Mendota Heights, Minnesota. Here's an opportunity to get some of your Irish research questions answered. And the Minnesota Genealogy Center is located at 1385 Mendota Heights Road, Suite 100. You can also stop by the library during regular business hours. And to find out more about the library and hours of operation, go to the website at mngs.org. And the September webinar will feature Jillian Van Turnout. Her program is called Tracing Your Irish Roots, a Beginner's Guide. The program will be online only session. It is scheduled for Saturday, September 19th, and will run from 10:30 a.m. until noon Central Daylight Time. Ready to dive deeper into your Irish ancestry? Julian will guide you through all the essential resources for tracing your Irish roots, from civil registration records and parish registers to online databases, land records, and archives. You'll learn about key record types, understand what's available for different time periods, and discover effective strategies for overcoming common challenges like missing records, surname variations, and contradictory information. And we do have a social gaggle scheduled for September. It'll be on September the 22nd, which is a Tuesday. The gaggle lasts an hour and a half and is available on Zoom. It is open to all, and there is no registration. If you have any questions regarding your most recent discoveries or information you'd like to pass along to us, stop on by and we'll discuss a few items and open the conversation to all. Again, it is open to the public. And as I've mentioned earlier, this is our fifth season of doing these podcasts. I can't believe it's been 5 years, but yes, we have, and we've learned a lot. This has been a real learning experience for me, and I was not one to do things like this before. I was always on the other side of the camera, so my experience was very limited, but I learned how to edit and do things like that on the fly as I was doing these podcasts. So the question comes up. Do we need more help? Yes, we do. We need some volunteers for a lot of our social media programs that we have on Facebook and on Instagram, and also the podcasts and also our websites and things like that. So if you're interested in helping us out, you don't need to have a lot of experience doing this. I didn't. But I talked to an expert on the subject as to what we could do to volunteer and to help out in helping out with some of these programs. And here's what this person had to say. Dave, thanks for joining us. Well, thanks, Dave, for having me on. So, what got you interested in starting these podcasts? Well, some of this started out when I joined the board 5 years ago, the IGSI, and we were looking for other avenues to try and get us more widespread in social media. So places like Instagram and Facebook and places like that. And I just came up with the idea of maybe putting on a podcast maybe once a month. And I had no idea that I would be the one putting it together, but I did. And so we started it from there. I did a test and showed it to everybody, and everybody thought it was a great idea. And then we started doing it. So tell me, did you have a lot of experience in editing or at least maybe producing programs? And that's how you got started with the podcast? Well, I had really no experience as far as editing and producing and things like that. My background was as a meteorologist in front of the camera, and so I spent over 40 years doing that. And so basically, this was kind of a whole new start for me. I did do a few video blogs on the website, so I had a little bit of experience in whatever some of my friends and colleagues could show me. That's the only experience I actually had. So a lot of it, I started using a system that's called Filmora by Wondershare, and I just learned by doing, and that's how I got the whole program started. So, okay, we're getting into the fifth season now of the podcast. So, what exactly do you need help with? Well, basically, what we're going to be doing right now is to try and get some folks to help us out. We've done 5 years. It's been great. I have learned a lot. I've learned about some of Irish cultures, things that I didn't even know, some of my research that I wasn't aware of, and things like that, which is the whole idea of the podcast, is to learn new things. And so, one of the things that we could have people do is to come up with story ideas, get out and maybe edit the story, or get out and do an interview real quick with someone who could tell us something a little bit more about Irish culture. Maybe somebody would like to take a chance at producing a program. And we want to keep this show going and this podcast going for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And I probably won't be throughout all that, but whoever would like to jump in and be able to learn some new things, even if you didn't have any media background, would be wonderful. And I certainly would be willing to teach somebody in doing all this and using some of the programs that we have and some of the stories that are out there, which are really fabulous and I think very interesting. That's great. So if somebody would like to volunteer and help out in putting these podcasts together, what do they need to do? Well, really, all they have to do is contact us at irishgenealogical.org, and we can give you whatever information you need. And it really isn't that difficult to learn how to edit video and things like that. We can show you some of that, and some of these editing equipments that are out there, they'll actually show you online how to do it. So it's really easy to learn. And sometimes you could just maybe go out, get an interview, use your camera or your phone, and be able to come up with a story. And if you want to edit it, great. Dave, that is really interesting. Thanks very much for joining us. Well, thank you very much. And it's certainly a pleasure to be here. So sometimes all it takes is a little creativity. So if you'd like to join us sometime and be able to work with us as far as putting our podcast together, feel free to get a hold of us. All you have to do is contact us at volunteers@irishgenealogical.org, and we'll help you get started. And you can do whatever you'd like to do as far as helping us out and learning some of the little bit of the trade of putting a podcast together. As I mentioned, sometimes it just takes a little creativity. And now here's a listing of all the Irish festivals we have for the rest of the year. And if you haven't been to an Irish Fest yet, hopefully you get a chance to visit. There's still some going on, as you can see just a few minutes ago, in month of September, and also even in November. There's one down in Texas that's going to be held. We had an opportunity to man a booth at the Milwaukee Irish Fest this year in the genealogy tent, and it was a pleasure to see everybody, and we certainly hope and enjoyed the time at the booth. And I would like to thank the Milwaukee Irish Fest and the Irish Genealogical Society of Wisconsin for inviting us over, and we had a great time while we were there on Saturday and Sunday. Well, we got some pictures from the Milwaukee Irish Fest and from the genealogy tent, and we're going to share that with you now. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next month as well. We have a number of things that we got planned going on, plus all the events that are planned for the IGSI, so hope to see you then. Are you a member of the IGSI? You're not, but you'd like to be? Here's all you have to do. Head to the website at irishgenealogical.org. There you'll find the join link on the left side of the page, and that's where you can sign up and become a member. You can also register for any of the webinars this year on the website as well, and as a member you can also see past webinars from the previous year. And besides enjoying all the members' benefits, you can always sign in and go over many of the programs and services that the IGSI has to offer, and that would include viewing past webinars, surname interests, the e-newsletter. Would you like to be a volunteer at the IGSI? Here's all you have to do. Get on the website at irishgenealogical.org and scroll down to the volunteer link. There you can see all the options that are available to you. That would include helping out with the Irish Fest in Minnesota, or any of the social and educational programs, or you could even help out with the social media platforms and podcasts, or the Sept magazine and genealogist newsletter. Just click on the Volunteer Now link and sign up. For more information about the Irish Genealogical Society International, go to the website at irishgenealogical.org. And for more information on the podcast, contact podcast@irishgenealogical.org.